Hey Kevin, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Yep.
Awesome.
Cool. Great to see you. How are things? Yeah, so absolutely. And I think I may have spoken to you about it or someone else about it, maybe Stephen Chan or so remind me of the people who are using it. Is it Brad?
Yeah. Uh,
I've been surprised for years and I'm keep wondering why they aren't kind of strapped. But I'm realizing now that they monetize off of Sales Navigator. They monetize off of their recruiting
yeah,
and their other premium products. And so companies like ours are helping create engagement and also making them a bunch of money because everyone has to get Sales Navigator.
yeah.
Wow. So we offer quite a few new things, but I'm not going to get into all of them now. I wanted to show you mostly our LinkedIn stuff, or sorry, our AI stuff. I think that is what would move the needle. So automation, you're familiar with. We've done it for
hmm
years. It's good at building out your network, but it's difficult because it's hard to find prospects when they're on LinkedIn and ready to engage.
Yeah.
You either have to be on LinkedIn 24/7 or you have to um, have a really robust like follow-up system with email and leveraging the data and remarketing them on Facebook. And you have to do like a lot of integration, which is what we did initially. That plus things have changed with LinkedIn where if you're sending out a bunch of connection requests and follow-up messages and in-mails that are lengthy and
hmm
include a link in the message, those sometimes or at times can get deprecated based on LinkedIn's algorithms, right? If you're like not posting on LinkedIn very often, you're not engaging, but you're sending out like hundreds of connection requests and like large, like it'll go into people's like other folder. Anyway, so there's that's why I'm not super surprised at the same time. Um, it was a benefit to us because now we're the first company to have two-way AI natively integrated within LinkedIn's DM system. And that opens up a whole bunch of opportunities for increased lead engagement.
hmm
Um, One is just the general strategy. So
Yeah.
we don't have to include our entire value prop message in message number two because our goal is not to get them to book an appointment. Our goal is to get them to respond. Let
hmm
AI qualify them and book the. Absolutely, yeah. So yes, we can re-engage with your past clients or your past contacts, and yes, we can put a list of people into a blacklist. All we need is like I can give you a download of all of your LinkedIn contacts.
hmm
Just kind of go through those and tell me which ones you don't want. Send me the list of like the ones you don't want. I'll put them into our file to like not contact, and then you'll be fine. That being said, actually, yeah. So if we start off with like a first degree messenger campaign, then that's definitely what I would recommend. And then it always defaults to a connector campaign, right? So we can start off with messenger, go to default to connector. Um, but I would highly recommend using LinkyBot
Okay.
because it would be what you need to like move the needle, right? So in addition to the fact that you um, can send shorter value-driven messages, which is more in line with like demand generation and not lead generation, which is like on trend.
Yeah.
Um, Also, you can send out the message immediately after they connect or immediately after they respond.
Yep.
Because previously we would always delay it because we didn't want them to think you're on LinkedIn, right? So now that we can send it out immediately, that means you catch them when when you trigger AI immediately after they respond, that means you catch them when they're on LinkedIn. I mean, only like 17% of users of LinkedIn log in daily, and then only like 35% of users log in at least once a month.
Mm.
So if you're not on LinkedIn, or if you don't have the AI integrated, or you're not on LinkedIn when they are responding to you, and if you don't respond within like 15 or 20, you're going to be gone and they may not come back for a few weeks. Then the conversation is just like so scattered that
Yeah.
you don't really develop a relationship. So getting them when they're on LinkedIn is extremely important. And we do that.
Okay.
Um, So that being said, our kind of approach is now you keep it short, value driven, integrate AI to respond immediately, qualify the prospect, and book the appointment. And this is kind of an example of how that works. So in the real estate world, there's not very much you can offer people in terms of like real value. But there's two that we've been using and testing is a list of the hottest homes for sale, or a list of recently listed, like a market report, like the most recent market. And so, yeah, so you say so if you wanted if you wanted me to would you like me to send you a list of our private exclusive listings or our private exclusive houses? I would get a lot of intent just right off the bat, like, yeah, I want to see what's on. And it's also value. So that would be a good one. I would love that one. So then they say, yes, this is what we call like a frictionless opt-in, right? We have their email. We'll then email them that list of private exclusive listings. You're gonna have to do that manually?
Yeah.
Okay. No, so you won't have to. So if you sent me like a dynamic URL,
okay, got it.
like if that's somewhere digital, we can send it for you. So we would just like send them the list of private exclusive listings every other week or whatever. So we'd be engaging them via email and then trying to convert them via LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's good because now we're not needing to like put a link in front of their face immediately on LinkedIn, taking them away from LinkedIn. We're just letting that response trigger the conversation and then qualify them. So with real estate, typically we've seen this work the best. We have two basic qualifiers. We make sure that they are living in the area. And then also that if they have interest in buying or selling real estate within the next year. From here on out, this is AI. Hey, Casey, good to hear from you. Yes, please. Okay, great. Send them the list of homes for sale. Then AI takes over. Great, still loving and living in the Santa Barbara area, Spencer? He responds, yes, sir, still loving and living in Santa Barbara. 5 minutes later, glad to hear you're still enjoying Santa Barbara. It's such a great spot with the market changing. Have you ever thought about real estate moves like buying or selling? He responds, wish I have a better answer for you, however, not so much. I've been focusing on buying businesses as my investment vehicle. Sometimes I'll look at USDA loans to buy ag land. Do you or anyone you know have knowledge in that realm? So this is kind of where it gets kind of cool and interesting. I don't really have knowledge in that realm. Within the context of the conversation, AI then generates a response and then we push it back in. Absolutely, Spencer. The realm of ag land, working ranches is fascinating, offers unique opportunities, especially in that area. I've navigated a few clients. You're leaning more towards a type of operation or open to various models. He's open to models. Now, we can also narrow that in and train it a little bit better. We could say, only speak to the knowledge that you have based on the knowledge base, in this AI, right? So we can, if you don't want that to happen, but my thought was, I'm going to let it go because I can find someone knowledge in that realm. Very cool. Open to various models. Glad to hear. You're open to models. That opens up a lot of possibilities. Given your interest, how soon are you looking to make a move on this, ASAP or mid to long term? And so now we're kind of getting back to the intent, right? Mid to long term, mid long term would be great to meet up and learn more from your perspective on this. Sounds like a plan. So now he lives in the area. He is intent on buying or selling real estate, and now we offer him the calendar. It's quite the adventure. Here's where you can book a call with me. He even is able to note that link is not to me, because obviously there's like a little gift, Sean. And he goes, I just want to confirm that link's for Sean. Is that on purpose? And he goes, oh, thanks. And then AI goes, oh, thanks for catching that, Spencer. Yeah, Sean's part of our team. We collaborate closely on these projects. Booking through that link ensures you can coordinate to provide you the best insights. Ready to dive in? Check it out. Awesome. And then he booked for Thursday at 2. So all of this is like housed within LinkedIn. Not a single message on our end was generated from humans. It was just all automation and AI. This is all through LinkedIn. So this is through LinkedIn's free one, but we also have AI integrated into Sales Navigator as well. So that's something that we just launched by like two. Now we have the AI side in over here.
Nice.
So again, like, because that was a big thorn for a while. So people were like, well, gosh, I'm getting a ton of messages on in my InMail. I don't know what's going on with those. So for those ones previously, it was like, okay, well, let's just include your link and the full value prop in the message, yada yada. But now we have the same exact strategy that's been working for us on this side more regularly than other clients. Because he keeps me on top of the market and like attuned to what's going on. He's a lender, and he's targeting business owners and real estate investors because he has a loan product that doesn't require tax returns or things like that. And so that's been pretty successful because they already have a house, they already have an investment property, and they could maybe use more money to build out their business or to, invest into their property or something, right? Or to buy another. That could be a good angle, is targeting people like that. Alumni, I mean, like, again, it's because the strategy is so different than before, we don't have to have like the create rapport, offer value, ask for business, right? And like the create the rapport part was important on the previous approach because we wanted to give them a reason to work with you rather than someone else, right?
Yeah.
Now we can just target based on like who's most likely to be buying or selling a home, right? And so some strategies that have worked, and you're in, and so I'm going to put it back on you a little bit, and then I'll narrow down on my strategies. But who are you seeing buying and selling homes right now? So maybe let's go on just likely to move. So here's one thought is we can do, you know what, people actually might be moving out of DC, right? He's gonna pull what Elon Musk did to Twitter, he's gonna do to the government.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so happy I live in Costa Rica now.
I wish I did.
So okay, so then here's my thought is we can say recently, so change jobs, the recent updates kind of section, people that change jobs. And I think this is within the last like 90 days. And then we're targeting DC, Baltimore, but we can say their company headquarters is located outside of DC, Baltimore, right? So it's outside of like Maryland, just to keep it even more broad. So in this case, obviously it's not a guarantee that they're going to be moving, but there's a higher likelihood that they just changed jobs. Their company is located outside of your area. And people typically will update their job when they change jobs, but they won't update their location until they actually move. So that's the one I would probably.
What about like seniority?
Yeah, and then we obviously do like the directors, CEOs, vice presidents. I've since become more disgruntled with the owner partner field because you get a lot of false positives that are like the owner of an Uber business or whatever, or babysitting and or something, and then they'll be a retail associate at Abercrombie. Those are the three. Let's see any other ones. Good ones. Director, vice president, and then we would do like company head count, etc. but 5,500 that have changed jobs and the company is located outside of there. And I'll even say like, but within the United States. So it's like they probably didn't have to move before, but they may want to move now, or they may have to move. Yeah, that's kind of my thought is